Okay, so I guess I just select that.
I got it! All you have
She
to do is take
had-
a good look at her broken wrist, and it should
and it
become pretty clear.
Yep.
Right there where her wrist is all swollen. There's something glittery there.
I presume
See?
they're showing each other photos, by the way.
Is that gold?
Yes.
It sure is. Specifically, the gold coating from the replica sword. You barely
Yes.
have to touch that stuff, and it'll stick right to you.
I just realized there's some screen
And
tearing
there's
going on.
some
I hope
her
that doesn't
wrist
show up in the recording.
because-
I got it! Because she got hit with the sword, right there on her wrist!
Yes.
I see. And so the truth draws ever closer.
All right, then it's about time to solve this mystery.
I don't know. What happened in my room and what led to Saika's death, that's what we need to make clear. There's a bit more to learn about non-stop debates. Would you like to hear more? What else can you tell me? I'm getting used to these non-stop debates a little bit. Starting with the next debate, I'll start loading multiple truth bullets into your truth cylinder. But just like with the weak spots, only one of those bullets can actually refute the proper statement. In other words, from here on out, you'll have to combine the right truth bullets with the right weak spots to refute each statement. If you come up with the wrong combination, you'll take damage to your influence gauge. You can press the Q key to rotate the cylinder and choose which bullet to fire. Press and release the Q key to cycle through each bullet, or you can use the mouse wheel. Oh, thank God. By the way, if the logic difficulty is set to kind, fewer bullets will be loaded into the cylinder. For our purpose this time, the logic difficulty will be set to mean. Well then, good luck and have fun. Oh, this game is screwing me. Mean? Okay, so I have a whole bunch. I have to play real close attention. Replica sword sheath, kitchen knife set, and the replica sword. That's what I'm working with. Replica sword sheath, kitchen knife set.
When the fighting broke out, the culprit grabbed the sword, and that's when the first blow was dealt. A sword-based sneak attack.
And that's what broke Miss Mizono's wrist.
So she tried to fight back.
Okay.
She grabbed the kitchen knife she had hidden away.
Okay.
But then the culprit took that from her too.
And they killed her with it.
And that's exactly what happened.
Okay, so I don't think I'll be using replica sword sheath. The person with the sword really did attack first. There's no explanation for how a certain part of the sword got damaged. Exactly.
When the fighting broke out, the culprit grabbed the
Grab the
sword,
sword.
and that's when the first blow was dealt.
Yes.
A sword-based sneak attack.
No. It's the
No,
sheath.
it's wrong.
It's the sheath that was used first because it deflected something, most likely the knife.
Actually, no. I don't think the fight started with the sword,
Huh? Why not?
because the sword sheath had been scratched. See? There's a gash in it, like someone cut into it with something sharp.
Something sharp? You mean like the kitchen knife? That was the only sharp thing found at the scene.
Stop jumping ahead. Slow down and explain it so I get what the hell's going on.
If the sword was used first, there wouldn't be any explanation for the scratch on the sheath.
Yes,
If you
exactly.
were going to attack with the sword, you'd take it out of the sheath first, right?
That's
Yes.
true. With the sheath on, it'd be heavy and bulky and useless as shit.
Okay, so how did the sheath get damaged?
If they got attacked with the kitchen knife, maybe they grabbed the sword as a defensive impulse. In
Yes.
that situation, there wouldn't be any time to actually unsheath the sword.
So you're saying the sword was initially used to defend against an attack from the knife?
Yeah.
Which means whoever had the kitchen knife was the one who attacked first.
Unfortunately, which I'm still trying to understand.
So here's how it all played out.
So Saika.
Culprit came in, found the kitchen knife hidden there somewhere. Then they took the knife and attacked Sayaka before she knew what was happening.
No,
So she
unfortunately.
grabbed the sword to defend herself, but then the culprit took that from her too.
No.
Then, after they broke her wrist with the sword, they took the knife and finished it.
That doesn't explain why she
Sorry,
ran.
but I don't think Sayaka used the sword to defend herself.
Exactly.
What? How the hell can you not think that?
Well,
She never
Leon,
held the sword at all. There's a certain part of her body that makes this clear.
her wrist and her hands. Her palms.
I got it! You're talking about her palms, right? The palms of her hands were perfectly clean, so I don't think she ever picked up the sword.
How can you know that just by looking at her palms?
Like I said before, the gold coating on that sword comes right off. All you have to do is touch it. In fact, if you look, you'll notice that a lot of the gold has already come off the handle.
Yeah.
It's safe to assume that's because whoever used the sword got some of it on their hands. There's really no way she could have picked it up and come away completely clean.
She would have had to have
Maybe
washed
she
her hands at
washed
some
her
point.
hands after she escaped into the bathroom.
That's not possible.
Sorry, but I don't think so.
Why do you say that? Is it because you think I'm ugly?
No, what the hell does that have to do with this case? Judge, I want her thrown out. Please, please,
No,
for the love of...
that's not it at all.
There's no way Sayaka washed the gold coating off her hands because there's a certain regulation that talks about what happens to the bathrooms at nighttime. The water can't remove it. The water was off. The water's always turned off at
According
midnight.
to the Monokuma file, Sayaka's time of death was around 1:30 a.m. In other
right.
words, at nighttime. And the water in the bathroom shuts off at nighttime, right?
Entirely correct.
I didn't know that. Actually, I haven't taken a shower.
Excuse me? That's...
Oh my.
Yeah, I feel you,
You're
Fumi.
no different. You smell like a big fat ugly donkey.
Yeah, she might as well be talking to me, I guess.
I'm not sure whether to take that as an insult or a compliment.
God,
An
please
insult,
don't do this.
obviously.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
anyway, if Sayaka never touched the sword, then that means the killer is the only one who used
Who
the
used
sword.
the sword?
But hold on. If that's right, then the one who damaged the sheath with the
Yep.
kitchen knife was...
This is the conclusion I kind of didn't want to believe. One who damaged the sheath, who had to have been the one without the sword, is
I
Sayaka.
got it!
Because she's
Sayaka?
the...
She
She
had
had
the
the
kitchen
kitchen
knife?
knife.
But we already said that the attack started with...
The
kitchen
person with the knife attacked first, and the sword was used as an impromptu defense.
Then the one who attacked first was...
Oh man, I really didn't want this to be
Sayaka?
true.
Now do you understand? She wasn't a blameless victim in this.
She said she'd do anything for her classmates. Not her classmates, for her band
No,
members.
far from it. It's almost as if she'd been planning to commit a murder of her own.
Yes, Byakuya, you don't have to smile like some smug prick.
She
What?
took the knife from the kitchen, then invited the culprit to the room she was staying in. And if it's true that she had the kitchen knife and attacked without provocation,
Indeed. These are all the actions of an assailant.
Which brings up another point. Makoto, Sayaka was the one who suggested you two switch rooms, correct?
Yes.
Maybe the reason she wanted to switch rooms was so that she could pin the
Pin the
crime,
crime
on you.
on you.
That is a possibility, is it not?
Oh boy.
Sayaka wanted to... on me?
Yeah, we got used, boy.
That would also explain why she would switch the nameplates. She wanted
Look
to
at
get
Leon's
whoever she had
face.
targeted to come to Makoto's room where she was staying. And by committing the murder there, instead of her room, that would implicate Makoto.
Exactly.
But for that to work, the target had to be lured out while still keeping the room swap a secret. If the target knew she had switched rooms, they would have become suspicious right away.
So all that's why she switched the names?
Yes.
Doesn't that plan seem a little risky?
Yeah, she
For
could become
one thing,
overpowered easily.
Even if her plan worked, Mr. Naegi would just tell everyone they'd switched rooms.
But who would believe him?
No, I'm not sure our soft-hearted Makoto is capable of that kind of cutthroat behavior.
Exactly, we were
I'm
very
sure
defensive of
Sayaka
her.
realized the same thing, which is why out of all of us, she asked him to switch rooms.
Exactly. We got
Plus,
used.
She was the ultimate pop sensation. A totally forgettable kid. Or a national superstar. Who are you more likely to believe?
Yeah, you all were blaming me right off the
Then
bat to begin with.
Saying she had this all planned out?
They were ready to just blame the
Holy
first
shit.
person they thought was right.
But in the end, her plan backfired. She launched her attack with the knife, then found herself under attack in turn. That must be when her wrist got broken, and she was forced to drop the knife.
The tables were suddenly turned on her, and she died at the hands of the one she'd planned to murder.
Exactly.
Just hold on! That can't be true! Because...
Because nothing.
Hey, hey! You guys have totally derailed the argument.
Sorry,
You're being
Monokuma.
super boring. boring right now. Come on, hurry up and decide who did it.
Okay,
Wouldn't it be
Monokuma.
awful if I had to
I'm
punish you
kinda
all
sad.
just because you ran out of time?
Oh shit, there's a time limit, right?
Oh yeah, we gotta decide who we think did it.
Makoto, right now you just need to concentrate on figuring out the answer to this
Yeah,
mystery.
I already figured it out.
If
I
we
saw
can't
it right
uncover who
before we went
murdered
into
Sayaka,
this.
It's over for all of us.
Is it really all over? Obviously, I'm committed to finding out who killed her, but what can I do? I mean, as far as clues go, there's nothing left. Not so, Mr. Maggie. Dying message. That's right.
It's easy just to say, hey, decide who did it. But there just aren't any more clues, right?
That's wrong, sir.
No, that's wrong.
And of course, you would be the one to say there were no more clues.
There still might be one clue left. Sayaka's dying message.
Dining?
Yeah.
Wait, what did you say?
The dying message. She wrote something on the wall behind her, remember?
Yeah.
11037. Written
Now
in
that
her
I can
own
see it
blood.
in bigger
There
text,
must be a clue about the killer
that's
hidden
not
in there.
an 11.
Well, before we get too far into that, I need to ask, can we really be sure that Sayaka is the one who wrote it?
Yes, we can. And I can prove it. Her left index
I got
finger.
it! Her left index finger had blood on it.
Yep.
That could only be because she used that finger to write the message.
I see. She broke her right wrist during the fight, so she'd have to use her left hand to write.
That's
Sure.
correct.
I think we can all agree Sayaka wrote it. But still, what the heck do those numbers mean?
It's because they aren't numbers.
11037?
This is when I suddenly realized
Hey,
who
Chihiro.
killed her.
You're a computer nerd or whatever, right? You should know all about numbers and shit.
No, that's not... Yes, I'm a programmer, but I don't see any kind of meaning in these numbers.
It's because they're not numbers.
Of course. It's because they're not numbers.
That's right.
Oh, yeah, it looks like...
Huh? What? What?
No, it's just, look at the numbers, assuming they're not numbers. Don't these first two, 1-1, look less like two numbers and more like one letter?
You can see the streak in between each one, for those of you.
Ah, you're right. The connecting line is barely there, so I assumed
Yeah.
it was 1-1,
But you can see her initial attempt to connect them.
looking at it now, you could also read it as an N.
Yep.
Whoa, you might have finally just said something worth a shit.
Thanks, Mondo. I'm actually really bummed out about this. I'm still really bummed out about her death.
But even if that really is an N, N037, doesn't make any more sense than before.
Don't look at just the one number as a letter.
Rotate the image 180 degrees.
Huh? Rotate it. I think maybe I see
God.
something.
Now I see. She wrote down the killer's name.
Huh? You just shot past the clue part and right onto who did it.
Exactly.
So, whose name did she write?
Sayaka's dying message reveals the real killer's name. If you turn the message 180 degrees, it should become crystal clear. Yep. It's Leon, everybody. He's the one who done it.
Here's my answer.
I didn't notice
Key
it
to
because
solving this mystery was simply to rotate,
rotate
the
the
writing
writing
180 degrees. If you turn the message around, it becomes the letters L-E-O-N.
L-E-O-N.
L-E-O-N. Or more accurately, Leon.
What?
Yeah.
What the hell are you talking about? It's just a coincidence.
No, sir.
It's just a bunch of random squiggles that happen to look like my name.
This
No,
isn't helping your case,
It's
son.
not random at all.
Yeah,
She
the way
wrote
she would
that
have had to
message
written
on
it.
the wall behind her as she was leaning up against it. In that position, she couldn't move to write normally, and had to write upside down, as it were.
That's
And
right.
as a result, When you look at it standing in front of her, it ends up getting flipped. Try it for yourself if you want. Write something sitting like her, and the letters will be inverted.
Yeah, because to the person writing it, it looks
that
normal.
sounds like one hell of a stretch to me.
It's not.
I'm the killer? You can't just go and say shit like that.
If
Yeah,
you're
we
not
can.
the killer, then why did you try to destroy the evidence?
Huh?
Oh, she's gonna prove what I figured out
You
as
know what
well.
I'm talking about, right, Makoto? The evidence Leon tried to get rid of?
Yeah.